Welcome, guys, to today's lesson. And as I said earlier, we are going to edit a picture today using Adobe Photoshop. So, firstly, what we have to do is just select the picture that we are going to edit, right? So, this is the picture. So, you drag and go to Photoshop and you drop it. So, after dropping it, the picture itself will automatically open Camera Raw filter. And this actually means that the picture wasn't shot in a standard form, it was shot in raw. So when you look at this picture, you can realize that this is the name, but it goes with CR2. That is also an extension for pictures. Like we have JPEG, we have PNG, we have a lot. So anytime it opens at this place in Photoshop, this is where basically I do my magic. I do my color grading here. We have let me make it smaller for everybody to see. So this we have these panels over here, but basically we are going to stick to this first one where we are going to deal with the colors. The first thing that we are going to do here is autocorrect the picture. So the Photoshop uses AI to do the auto corrections and gives me a scenario of how the picture is supposed to look like before I manually treat some of the channels to fit my need. So let's autocorrect the picture and see. So when you look at this place, you could see this is without autocorrection, this is with autocorrection. Basically, when you look at this is a cool picture, but when you add autocorrection, it brings the brightness and the darkness in the picture. After I've autocorrected it, I now come back to white balancing. So if you shot your picture in a JPEG form without RAW, when you come to white balance, you just see only AS shots and auto. But because we shot this picture in a raw form, you could see it gives me the power to change between AS shots, auto, daylight, cloudy, shade, toxin. So you have to choose the kind of color that you want. So me, it depends. But with this picture, I'll prefer the AS shot because it helps me to see a lot of colors in it. People will also want to choose auto because auto gives you the greens and the yellows and all the colors involved, right? But for me, I always prefer the AS shot. So after doing the auto, the exposure has been raised up, the contrast has been also raised by 7, highlights has dropped to minus 59, shadows plus 39 and stuffs. But what I want you to understand is you are the one creating the picture, right? So how do you want your picture? You should have a goal in your mind. How do you want your picture to look like at the end? Is this something creative that you're trying to create, or you want it to look like normal pictures that people grade and give it to their clients? So you have to think about your picture, how you want it to look like. Firstly, for me, I can see the whites are too much here. So I'll just bring my exposure down. I'll bring my exposure down to maybe 0.30. So when I highlight, it's basically the brightness side of the picture. So if I raise this up, you could see every place that is bright also bright up again. So if I bring them down, you could see I've brought the highlight down. If I raise it up, all these places are all brighten up. So this affects those parts that are bright. So I'll bring my highlight to either no minus 37. I'll still come back to it though. Those dark places is affected by the shadow. So when I raise the shadow up like this, you could see dark places are now having light. So if I bring them down, you see how dark it is. So I don't necessarily want it to be dark though. So I just have to give it a little bit color. You get me? So the +4 is +5 is okay. So whites and highlights are also in a way similar but not similar. White basically talks about so how you want the whole picture to look bright. This is white. And how you want the whole picture to look black. So if I push this one up like this, the picture becomes black, dark, and all those stuff. I added 5 plus 5. So the white, when as I was saying, if you raise the white up, so the picture becomes too white. If you bring it down, it becomes too dark. So this is basically talking about the white in the picture, the brightness of all the picture. So basically, I want the picture to be bright. So I'll just raise this up small, and this is the before and after. You have not seen anything yet, right? So this is dark. So I want the dark to also be a little bit inside. I want to take the black out of it. So -7 is okay for me. Before, after. It's becoming nice though. So when you texture basically talks about if your picture is blur and you want to add texture to it. So let's zoom this picture. Pressing Control plus or Command plus. It's basically zooming. So when I look at this picture, if I add more texture to it, you see how it's bringing the texture in the picture. If I take it out, it becomes blur. So basically, mostly people don't do retouching. This way, they do their little bit retouching here, but I don't accept that. With me, I'll just add a little bit, like 7. So the before and the after. So that when I'm doing my retouching, I could be able to take all these things out. One of my favorite thing that I use mostly is the dehaze. I don't know much about it though, but the moment I add it to my pictures, it feels good, right? So if I take it out, the picture becomes whitish, like overexposed. But if I bring it in, it becomes contrast. So it's like adding depth of color to it. So I mostly try to bring it to like +7 and look at the before and after. It's looking perfect. So the vibrance basically is going to add depth of color to your picture. So when I raise it up, you see how it's building up. But when I bring it down, it's taking the colors out of it. This picture looks nice though. But imagine having the color of the body inside and the background like this. How do you think? It will be creative. Let's try. So when I bring this thing up here, I still have my colors in it, right? That's nice. So the before and after. Let's give it a saturation small. No, it's too much. No, this is too much. Let's bring this one down to either 28. Okay. So when we are done with the basic side of the editing, we are going to move to color mixture. That's my favorite weapon. So with here, we have 3 things here. You have the hue, the saturation, and the luminance. So with hue, it's basically talking about changing the color to a different color. So let's say yellow like this. If I don't want yellow, I want it to be green. I just bring it here and it will change the yellow to green. If I bring it down here, it will change to orange. You get me? That is hue. Control Z or Command Z to go back to our previous side. Let's just select this space and type 0. So as I was saying, let's try which color dominates here? The orange. So the skin is basically the orange color. So imagine me bringing this up. It's giving me this red. It has changed from orange to red. If I bring it up to this place, it's changing from orange to green. Green and yellow combined. I don't know colors. I don't know colors their names though. So let's bring it back to 0. So saturation basically talks about taking out color. So it's either you take out the color or you deepen the color. So for instance, let's look at the yellow here. If I bring the yellow down here, I've taken the yellow out of it. But if I bring it up here, I have raised it. So saturation simply means taking out the color and at the same time deepening the color in the picture. And so if I take the yellow out of it, it also gives me, if I add yellow to it, it gives me, it deepens the color for me. If I take it out, it takes the yellow out of it. So let's select 0 for it again. Luminance is basically the brightness side of the color. So when I look at the skin is orange, right? So this is the orange. If I want the skin to look dark, the orange to look dark, I just have to bring it down and it's taking the brightness out of the color. But if I want it to be bright, I just raise it up like this and it gives me this kind of skin, lightening skin, something. It's cool though, but this is not what we want though. So we are going to use this particular tool to bend the colors to our liking. First of all, we are planning to take all the colors away apart from the skin color. So when I know saturation takes away colors, first thing I'll do is just bring this one down. This is red. If I bring it down, I'm taking the red out of it. But this is her shade, so I don't want to take colors from the shade. It's just the background I want to take colors out of. So when I raise this up like this to this place, so this red, I'll increase the red, make the skins nice, then take the yellow out of it, take the green out of it, take the green out of it, take the blues out of it, purple, raise, let me try and see. No, purple doesn't affect any part of the picture, so it's okay. Let me see magenta. Magenta affects the reds too in it, so we just have to make sure we add a little bit, like 7 is okay. So with luminance, we know the luminance add light to the color and it's the skin color that we want. So when I raise this skin color up like this, it's giving me the mood. So let's look at before and after. I you see this right now, it look nice. So we don't want the yellow, so we can bring the yellow. No, the yellow is okay. Let's raise the white up small for it to blend with the body. But with the rest, you just bring them down to our liking. So this comes down. No, let's aqua comes up small. This comes down, and the magenta comes up small. So this is before and after. So when we are done with this, let's give skin lighten small, boost the color up small, before and after. I love the picture. I love it. I love it. So let's go back to our basic. So when I'm done with this one, I know my whites are too much, so I just have to bring them down small like this. And if I know I want to add color to the skin, I just have to move to my color mixture, go to luminance and boost up the top color like this. And I'm good to go. And let me go back to my basic. So the highlight tool have to come down. The shadow tool have to come down. White come down. Then let's try the vibrance tool. Raise it up small to this place. Shouldn't be too much. One thing I love doing after my editing is adding vignettes. So when I come to vignettes, what I have to do is just find the particular one that I want. So this is light, medium, and heavy. So I prefer using the medium. So when I click on the medium, so basically this is the before and after, and it is cool. So what I'm going to do is save the settings that I've done as a preset, so that next time I'm editing pictures similar to this, I don't need to do everything from beginning. So I have to create a preset. So how I'm going to name this lat? Let me make it orange in the dome. It's funny though, orange in the dome. In the dome. So meaning orange is standing alone. Sorry, dome. I love the name. I love the name. I love the name. Orange in the dome. So everything is ticked. Then okay. I have to apply auto adjustment too. So okay. So I have created a preset for it. So anytime I come here and I go down to user preset, I have my orange in the dome that I can just place it on any picture. So when we are done, we just click on open. If you didn't shoot your picture in raw format, that will automatically open the camera raw filter for you, and you shot it in the JPEG form, and you want to use the camera raw filter in Photoshop. You have to go to filter, camera raw filter, with the shortcode Shift Control A. So when you click on this, it will automatically open the camera raw filter for you right there. So this is our Photoshop. So after that, you just go to filter, export, export, export as. Then you wait for it to open. Either you choose PNG, JPEG, GIF, SFG. But I know you are going to save it in JPEG. Make sure it's on 100% quality and everything is correct. Then you click on export. So that's it for today, guys. If you really enjoyed the video, please give me a subscribe, like, and share. And don't forget to click on the bell icon if you want more of this video. But before I go, remember to write, shoot, and edit. Bye bye.